The 2015-16 season for the Chicago Bulls was disappointing. From being a top contender a year ago to missing the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, the Bulls were ready to move in a new direction. And that new direction meant moving on from the cornerstone of the franchise since the Jordan era, hometown sensation Derrick Rose. The era came to an end when the Bulls traded Rose and fellow All-Star Joakim Noah to the New York Knicks for Robin Lopez, Jerian Grant, and Jose Calderon. Pau Gasol also moved on, giving the keys of the Bulls franchise to Jimmy Butler. After drafting Denzel Valentine from Michigan State, the Bulls made an odd move in the offseason, signing Rajon Rondo, who had been a journeyman in the years before. The Rondo signing was actually nothing compared to the weirdest move the Bulls have done in recent years, signing a 34-year-old Dwayne Wade to a 2-year $47.5 million deal. The move was a head-scratcher for us Bulls fans because the Bulls weren't top contenders, Wade and Butler played the same position, and Wade was way past his prime and had been dealing with injuries in the year before. The move just didn't make sense, and with it formed a new Bulls Big Three and a season that was complicated to say the least. In this video, we're going to take a look at the strangest Bulls season in recent memory and look at the highlights and the many lowlights. My name is Naz, and let's take a look back. The season started off somewhat strong for this Bulls team. They took down the Celtics in their opener, where D-Wade hit a dagger 3 and proceeded to mean mug and throat slash. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool to watch. After that, they beat their division rival Pacers convincingly and crushed the Nets by 30 on their home court. As early as it was, I saw this team as something that could be promising if everything gelled together. During their last circus road trip, due to the Ringling Brothers Circus ending their home stretch in the United Center, the Bulls managed to win 4 of their 6 games over a 10-day span, which isn't bad. Butler and Wade were pulling together solid scoring performances game after game, with Butler dropping 40 against the Lakers, and another game where Wade and Butler combined for 52 points. This month wasn't all that great though, because the Bulls got embarrassed at home against the New York Knicks, where Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose were coming home. The tribute was incredible, but the game, not so much. So this is where things start to go south. Coach Fred Hoiberg benched Nikola Mirotic against the Bucks to give Bobby Portis more playing time, and he also gave extended time to the rookie Denzel Valentine. The Bucks ended up running away with that game, and not even 24 hours later, the Bulls lost to the Bucks again, and somehow it was worse than the day before. In that game, the Bulls only scored 69 points the whole game, and Coach Hoiberg decided to put Taj Gibson on Giannis instead of Butler. I'm pretty sure you can guess what happened next. Giannis proceeded to put up a triple-double. The Bulls had 3 losing streaks in the month of December alone. Along with that, they got spanked by the Spurs on Christmas Day on national television. That was embarrassing. The month of December was the tipping point for what would lead to the ultimate disaster. But hey, Jimmy Butler hit a game-winning buzzer beater against the Nets, so that's worth something, I guess. I really don't want to do this, but here we go. After a loss to the Hawks, where they blew an 11-point lead in the 4th quarter, Butler and Wade were clearly upset, and after the game, both of them spoke to the media and had some harsh words for their teammates.
Like, if you don't come in this motherfucker pissed off after you lose any game, if you're not pissed off that you lost, man, something's wrong. This is your job. This is what you're supposed to love to do. And I don't think that everybody looks at it that way. Man, I want to play with guys that care, man, that play hard, that want to do well for this organization, that want to win games, man. Do whatever it takes, just win. Who cares who's shining? When we're winning, man, everybody looks great. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, man. I don't think that that's happening right now. I really don't.
Wade and Butler basically said that the team just doesn't care enough, they don't have enough heart, they're not putting the work in. And after that, Rondo went on Instagram and had some words for Butler and Wade. And yes, I'm going to read the whole thing. So Rondo posted on Instagram a picture with him, KG, and Pierce from the Celtics days, with this caption: "My vets would never go to the media, they would come to the team. My vets didn't pick and choose when they wanted to bring it. They brought it every time they stepped in the gym, whether it was a practice or a game. They didn't take days off. My vets didn't care about their numbers. My vets played for the team. When we lost, they wouldn't blame us. They took responsibility and got in the gym. They showed the young guys what it meant to work. Even in Boston, when we had the best record in the league, if we lost a game, you could hear a pin drop on the bus. They showed us the seriousness of the game. My vets didn't have an influence on the coaching staff. They couldn't change the plan because it didn't work for them. I played under one of the greatest coaches, and he held everyone accountable. It takes 1 to 15 to win. When you isolate everyone, you can't win consistently. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a bad teammate. My goal is to pass what I learned along. The young guys work. They show up. They don't deserve blame. If anything is questionable, it's the leadership. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I hated reading that. It just brings back bad memories. On top of all of that, there was obviously bad blood between the players and Coach Hoiberg and the management for basically putting together a weak squad that was barely hanging onto a playoff spot at the time. Rondo was also benched multiple games, and it looked like that Rondo would be sent out of Chicago. Team chemistry obviously was all the way off, and the Bulls organization in general just looked like a dysfunctional mess. The worst part that there was no sign of anything getting any better, and for all of this to unfold right around the trade deadline made things worse. Okay, so what actually happened during the trade deadline? It was actually pretty uneventful. The Butler to Boston deal fell apart, Rondo didn't go anywhere, but the Bulls did make one move, and it was not good. The Bulls sent Taj Gibson, Doug McDermott, and a second round pick to the OKC Thunder for, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Cameron Payne, Anthony Morrow, and Joffrey Laverne. The Bulls gave up a solid big man and a decent shooter for hot garbage. This trade was depressing for us fans because Taj Gibson was the last standing member of the incredible 2011 team, and with him gone, there was no one left. So it was clear that the best days were behind us, and it was hard to stomach for us Bulls fans. Okay, I still to this day do not understand what they saw in Cameron Payne. I will never understand why they watched Cameron Payne play and thought, we need him. What were they thinking? The Bulls ended with a 41-41 record and just barely finished with the 8th spot. So they were up against the first seed Boston Celtics. They were led by the all-star Isaiah Thomas, who tragically lost his sister the day before game 1. So the first 2 games were incredibly promising. Jimmy Butler was playing like the all-star he is, playoff Rondo was fully activated, and the rest of the team were contributing in big ways. Paul Zipser, Dwayne Wade, Robin Lopez, everyone, they were all eating. It was a good time. Everything was going so well. The 8th seed Bulls were beating the number 1 seed Celtics with a 2-0 lead in the series. They won twice on their home floor, and they had all the momentum on their side, with the next 2 games being in Chicago. But things went south quick. During game 2, Rondo came down with an injury, and we didn't know what it was, and it came out later that it was a thumb injury, and that essentially it would put him out for the rest of the series. That's when things got bad. His presence was clearly missed, as the Bulls were playing like a bottom seed team for the rest of the 4 games. They just looked tired, annoyed, they just were ready to give up and go home. Butler had no help, Wade looked tired, and the rest were just meh. The Bulls ended up losing the next 4 games and lost the series, ending what would be a roller coaster of a season. So that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the first time I've done like a video essay kind of thing. I hope to make more of these now that I have time, and I want to make this a regular series that I post weekly. With the NBA on hiatus and with everything going on in the world, I think the best content I can make right now is stuff like this where I can look in the past, because obviously there is no new NBA content I can really make right now. So the best thing I can do is just look at, past events and kind of talk about it. It's fun, actually. I also launched a gaming channel and a Twitch channel, so I'm going to leave a link to those in the description so you guys can check it out. I hope you guys show some love over there, because I want to make those videos. I want to regularly post on those channels, considering I have a lot of time now. I think that, it'll be a lot of fun. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.